All right, welcome to Business News. I am Frank Omalapian. Here are some of the reports we're filing now. Analysts have asked the government to tackle the lingering challenges facing this sector. Reacting to the amount allocated to the parts sector in the 2022 budget, an attorney of law, Kenan Inebedum, has asked the government to consider unbundling the current structure in the system. He says it is not the amount that was budgeted, but the approach to implementation in order of their priorities. Mr. Nebedun was speaking on our business breakfast.
I think if government is investing heavily in renewable energy, that is the trend we're going, and that is the trend globally. But at the same time, with what we have on ground, over 9 power stations, 3 of which are hydro, and the other 6 are thermal. The supply chain, the energy source has always been gas. Have we fine-tuned and upgraded our infrastructure that moves gas from the refineries up to where they are needed? No. And then have we been able to upgrade our gas master plan to the point that we have achieved a zero gas flaring status? If those things are achieved, then we know that bringing into the bouquet the renewable energy generation model will be sustained so that it doesn't go the way like others, like the IPPs. Right. It's not about vamping up some of all these things there to create contracts for the boys. No, it is to maintain stability. And I also want to say that if the renewable energy is targeted at the rural areas, right, we should also know that economic factors are intertwined. For example, if you create the renewable energy and those rural dwellers get electricity, you also, as a government, make sure that there is peace, there is security of those who go to the farms, and there is also the road connectivity to move their produce away from the farms to the point that you add value to it. Right. Because most of our problem for farmers here in the country is lack of power.
And away from there now, analysts have harped on the need to increase the country's export capacity so as to reduce the dollar pressure on the local currency. While reacting to the position of the Vice President Osinbajo on the continuous falling of the NAIRA in the forex market and the need to initiate a better demand management strategy for the local currency, a business strategist highlights the need for Nigeria to increase its export capacity. Tani Momo was speaking on our flashy program Business Breakfast.
Now, how do you increase supply of forex? One of the ways to increase supply of forex is 1, increase exports of goods and services. Now, Nigeria as a country, we are lacking behind in exports. We are largely an import-driven economy, and I could go on and on and on. And this has put immense pressure on the dollar. So if we want to increase supply, we need to drive exports. And when I mean export, we need to stop being a consumer country. We need to produce. So look around you, you will see a lot of industry have become moribund. There's been movements to neighboring countries because of power issues, etc., etc. Number 2 is amount of FDI, foreigners' investment in the country. And of course, if you look at this metrics as well, we've not been doing well in terms of how much foreign direct investment is coming into the country, which is occasioned by rising insecurity, policies of assault, etc., etc. So I feel that we need to have an harmonized forex window. Of course, the CBN governor has said that the I and in window, which implies that the investor and exporters window is the only exchange rate, which has caused a lot of issues, Aboki effects, etc., etc. But I'm of the opinion that we need a single harmonized window. And the clearance by the VP has its own pros and cons. That is what I can say for now on that.
And in the meantime, the office of the Vice President has thrown more light on Professor Osinbajo's latest statement on monetary policy at the midterm ministerial performance review retreat, stating that the vice president did not call for NAIRA devaluation, but rather for a flexible exchange rate to halt the huge arbitration in the sector. Loud work on the senior special assistant to the president on media and publicity disclosed this in a statement clarifying Vice President Osinbajo's position on the NAIRA exchange rate, in which he urged for more policies to improve the supply of foreign exchange. And in the meantime, the International Monetary Fund has raised Nigeria's 2021 economic growth forecast slightly from the previous 2.5% it had to an estimated 2.6%. In addition, the fund reviewed the country's 2022 growth prediction upward from 2.6% to 2.7%. The IMF made this known in its latest World Economic Outlook released yesterday at the ongoing hybrid annual joint meetings in collaboration with the World Bank in Washington, D.C. Speaking during a virtual media briefing on the World Economic Outlook, the Economic Counselor and Director of the Research Department, Jita Gopinath, while answering questions on recovery in Africa, said that the continent has gone through a very challenging time with the ongoing COVID-19 crisis. Gopinath further said the international community has an important role to play in being able to restructure Africa's debt and also providing additional financing within the region. And now the Revenue Mobilization Allocation and Fiscal Commission has said it will be prepared to present a new revenue sharing formula to President Muhammadu Buhari for onward transmission to the National Assembly by December. The Commission disclosed that the ongoing discussion and sensitization across the country were aimed at avoiding past drawbacks that made past attempts to reveal the formula unsuccessful. Affirming the preparedness of the Commission to present the new revenue formula, the Commission Chairman Elias Simbam also blamed logistics for the future, or the failure rather, of the Commission to fulfill similar promises in the past. Well, and that's all we have on business news at this time. Many thanks for watching. I am Frank Omalape.